I just don't feel like going live right now, to be perfectly honest. I thought about playing some more Shadow of the Colossus. I could have took down a few more bosses, but I'm not really too motivated. Um, what happened today? Nothing serious, but kind of threw me off. I took my PC into Best Buy to figure out what the heck was happening with my PC because I did everything that you're supposed to do when it comes to if your computer won't post. My computer would not post. It just was showing a black screen, keyboard wasn't working, but yet everything else would just light up. So, I remove the battery, I do the whole BIOS flashback, I go to the manufacturer's website for the motherboard to re-up to upload the BIOS from a flash drive, you know, uh, what I call replace, not replace, but basically you take out the RAM stick and then you put it back. I did everything. Took out the graphics card, put it back, took out the battery for like what 10 minutes or whatever, put it back. It just stopped working. Then, that's when I took it to Best Buy. Come to find out, the motherboard is not working. And they said it's not due to any kind of liquid damage, no kind of, water or liquid hit the motherboard. No, this came from what they said, it was a surge. So basically, a jolt of electricity must have, however, hit the motherboard and messed it up. Look, I'm a novice when it comes to this type of stuff, so I do not know how or why this thing just up and broke, but the thing did. And one thing that I don't care to do to a large degree is broadcast without any kind of visual video of myself. Like, I don't like to broadcast to the void. I don't like to sit there and upload and I can't show my face on camera. That's the one thing that throws me off. What's up to whoever's watching? No plans, welcome. But yeah, I'm sitting up here and I'm trying to broadcast and I can't because my motherboard is gone. It's shorted out, power surge. So now I had to go get that fixed. Got that fixed, and it is what it is. Hey, what's up, Volt Phantom? Welcome, man. Welcome. And one thing when it comes to a PC and a console is that when you have a PC, you definitely have to know the fine points of keeping that thing together. Like really, because it stinks to for something to go wrong with it, and the next thing you know, you have to sit up here and come out of pocket hundreds of dollars just to fix it because you don't know where to begin and where to end. And I mean, it just throws me off, man. But yeah, for anybody else who own a PC computer, something goes wrong with it, you plug it in, it doesn't work, because that's what happened to me. What's so crazy is when I took it to Best Buy for them to fix this thing, it just sat up there, and it's just it's like for them to even check it out and repair it was like $300 something. That's crazy. Who's your top five basketball players of all time? That's a good question. I will say Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. I mean, there's a few other people, but I've never been much of a sports kind of guy. I've always been a nerd kind of fellow, to be perfectly honest. Video gaming was always my thing. I mean, if you want to talk to me about anime and stuff like that, or video games and shooting games, yeah, I'll know about it. But truth be told, man, I was never brought up um, on sports. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy as ever. Like what the hell? But we weren't brought up watching sports. No, I wasn't. I wasn't brought up watching sports. I feel like the what I call it, an orange roll to the pumpkin patch. But yeah, that was the rhyme and the reason. So now I'm just broadcasting out to the void. What's up to whoever's watching? But I think I might even do another video. I'm just randomly talking about whatever. I'm gonna do some retro gaming. Thanks to my friend Spike. My friend Spike, he really did inspire me to do some retro gaming, which I think is pretty cool. Definitely decent. But yeah, man, just if you ever do any kind of PC gaming, definitely make it a point to buy spare parts. And when I say, I mean, I think in terms of, getting more than just one. Like, for example, if you get a console, get more than one controller. Whatever you do, always get two of. So that way you have a backup plan. I will say that. So, I'm telling you, man, life it can be so stressful. Everything is expensive, man. Like I had to get to the point where I had to get off the road. Like gas is just way too dang high to be driving far away. Like I burned through hundreds of dollars. Just I wouldn't say hundreds, but basically it's like up there. Hundreds of dollars just, going to and fro. Crazy as ever, man. And sometimes I ask myself, like, what's the point of all this? Everything just getting more expensive. I think it's about control, truth be told. I think a lot of this stuff comes down to control, you know? Like this is a very much so an active and phase for people who are very wealthy. They're trying to be the only game in town. So what you have to do is for you to be the only game in town, you have to knock off competitors. And you do that by creating monopolies. That's why Sony wants to get rid of physical media. They want to get rid of the middleman. They want to get rid of all that whole, secondary market. That's what that's about. It's not about them needing more money. Oh no. Oh no. It's not about that. It's simply about control. So they can make things more expensive. And what are you going to do about it? You can't do anything about it. If they're the only game in town, you have to sit up there and figure it out. So, I will talk some more about that. But yeah, man, that's just the reality of that situation. But I mean, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. They're trying to make everybody a renter or a subscriber. Like they want to keep you in rotation. So what they do is they try to make things less accessible for you to be able to function. Like you can't have a house, so they price you out the market, and so you have to go be a renter somewhere. Like you have to go rent wherever you stay. You can't if you want to buy any kind of physical media. Well, no, you have to go download it. You have to purchase the ability to use it. And they kind of do this when it comes to even when you have like cable or something like that, or like the modem. You're renting the modem rather than just paying for the service itself. You have to pay a fee to have that thing. I think that's one of the first times I've picked up on that. You have to have where you're renting your own device. But yeah, that's how that goes, man. That's the direction that's going. But you know what? I'm gonna wrap this up for now. I'm gonna pick up with this later. But hey, man, if ever you guys wanna, stay up to date, definitely feel free to subscribe. Peace.